Welcome to a tutorial on Glogster, which will be used for the 6th grade animal adaptation projects. At this point in your project, you've finished all your research, you have it all done on your note cards, so we're going to be using Glogster online to present that information. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you all the different aspects of Glogster and what you'll be using and the different features that you can incorporate into your presentation. It will be very, very cool. I'm excited to see all of them. Right now, I'm going to show you what you're going to do the first time you log into Glogster and how you get there. From here, I'm going to be passing out to all of you a slip of paper that will have a first-time login URL address and a first-time nickname and password. This is what it'll look like, this web address. You will open up Safari and type this in exact. And here you also see the example of the nickname and password. They're going to be random letters and numbers. You need to hang on to this. Don't lose it because that's what you'll use to log in every time you go to Glogster to work on your project. When you type in the first time login, this is what you will see. This box will automatically pop up. You will type in the username and password, or the nickname and password, and hit save. Then once you hit save, this is what you'll see. Here you can go to edit my profile up in the upper right hand corner, and we'll do that now. After you get to this point, what I want you to do, there's a lot of information we could type in here, but we're only going to do a few things for time's sake. The rest of it's just not necessary for our project. So under first name, I want you to put your first name, and last name, I only want you to put your initial, the first initial of your last name. Then you can click which gender and go ahead and put your birthday in. We're going to leave this part about interests blank, and we're not going to worry about your picture right now. Maybe down the road for further projects. Or if you have time, you can go in and change that. But right now, we're just going to do first name, last name, gender, and birth date. Once you do that, you can hit Save Changes right here, the big pink button. Once you do that, you'll get the same screen. It'll save it, but you'll get the same screen again. So then we're going to go back up here to back to dashboard. Once you hit back to dashboard, you can see right here under your nickname, the random letters and numbers, that your first name, last initial appears, and your age and your gender. It goes ahead and automatically calculates your name. Now, it does show that you have a message down here that's just an introduction, a welcome email. You can see your other classmates here, and none of you have any glogs yet because we haven't done anything. So you can look around on this page. You don't need to look at anything yet. You have 0 glogs, you have 0 views because you haven't done anything yet. But now we are going to go ahead and go into that. So you are going to hit Create New Glog right here in the middle, big pink button, and that is going to take you here. This is what you will see. Okay, to begin, here's our toolbar. We have everything we would need: graphics, text, images, video, sound, data, draw, and wall. In our case, we're mostly going to be using graphics, text, images, because you will have saved your pictures already to your server, so you'll be able to go in and upload those to put on Glogster or your Glog. And then maybe possibly draw and wall. Right now to start, I'm going to get rid of the examples they put on here. So I just have to click on it. See, that box appears, and if I click, here's where I could edit it. I could change the size, or these ones that are arrows, I can rotate it around. Right now I'm just going to delete it by hitting that little pink trash can. So click on them, and then I can delete. Okay, we'll go over some more of that in a little bit. I'm going to start with my wall. Now on here, I can change the glog wall or the page wall. The glog wall is actually this inside where right now we have the snowflakes. The page wall is going to be these outer edges. So you can change the page wall. I'm more concerned about your glog wall going together though. So I am going to change it. If you look here, you can go through all 28 pages of the backgrounds you can choose from, or you can choose the subtopics here. If you go into these, it'll allow you to do that. If you go into my pictures, you could upload one of your pictures as the background, or you could choose a solid color. For now, and it always shows it over here in the side, I'm going to just pick, let's see, here's an example of how it shows it to you there. I'm going to pick these orange lines. I like that. So I can pick normal, just showing it, or a tile. I'm going to go ahead and just stick with the tile. Whoops, I didn't mean to drag that. And then I'm going to say use it. And if you see, then it changes my wall. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to change my glog wall. And again, you have your subtopics. I'm going to choose these dots. This is going to be pretty busy for an example, but that's okay. I'm going to hit use it. They do coordinate somewhat, the oranges and the reds. And then I'm just going to click out of that, and that's already saved. So if you look up here, I've got my glog wall with the bubbles, and then all the way down the page wall. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to click on graphics. Here's where I can import any of these graphics. Again, you have 109 pages, so you can obviously, I'm going to use papers. This is probably what we'll be using a lot because you'll be typing in some of your information. You can choose these graphics, you know, use arrows to draw attention to specific information on your page. You can use them really in any way possible. For your example, I do want you to incorporate some graphics, but it is totally up to you which ones you do. I'm just going to click this bird right here. I'm going to say use it, and you can see it pops up. Once I get out of here, I can click on that and do some different things with it. Let's see, I'll choose one more just for the sake of creating our example. I'll go back to basic. Let's see, I don't think that really matches. I'll go to flowers. And maybe I'll choose some of these green things just for some accents. So I'll click use it, and see they both appear. They're layered on top of each other, but that's fine. These are just going to be adding to my page. Okay. The big thing that you'll be using to show all of your information will be text, obviously. Now up here I can choose from bubbles, and you can see all the sample bubbles it gives me, and I can make these as big as I need to go on my glog wall to type information into. I can go to stickers, and here's some different examples of stickers, or I can go to titles. So right now I'm going to click a title. I'm going to, let's see, what do I want to choose? I'll just do this pretty simple one for now, and I'm going to click use it. And then I'm going to click out. I'm going to use this to give my glog here. If I scroll up, I'm going to put it on the top. And I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. And to type in it, you have to make sure that you have your toolbox shown, and then click edit. And here's where it allows you to type. See, my cursor's flashing right here. So I'm going to put Mrs. Oh, I need to get rid of that other information, so I can click and drag that and delete it. Okay, Mrs. Cox's sample we'll put. Okay, so there's my sample for this, and then I can click OK. I can go back in, sorry, I meant to show you that, edit, keep it. I can change the font that I want in here, so I'll change a different font. We'll go, let's see, what does this one look like? Okay, I like that. I'll stick with that. I can change the color, whatever I want to do. Just like any word processor, you can do these things. Also, something you can do is you can link the text. Now, you won't have to do that for your project, but just know for a future that it is there. I want it the way I want it, or I have it the way I want it, so I can push OK, and there we go. There it is. Now, I'm just going to drag my bird because I just want it for, let's see, to add. Now, if you look here, whoops, let's drop it right there. I want my bird to overlap this title, so I'm going to use, oh, that doubled it. Let's see, I don't want to double it. Put it behind. Now, I want it, bring it forward. So I'm going to bring my bird forward. So if you look at that, you can overlap things and use these two buttons to put it behind or bring it forward. So I'm going to bring it forward, and I'm going to put it just right up here in my corner so it doesn't get hidden. Okay, just for an example. All right, then I'm going to go back into text because I want you to see some of the other examples. If I go to stickers, I'm going to choose a sticker that I want. And I'm going to, in this sticker, write something about, just a little blurb about this is my sample glog. Let's wait for that a second. Okay, here's some good ones. Now let's see. I want one that's going to match what I have in the back. So, Okay, let's see. This one doesn't match a lot, but I'll pick this one just for time's sake. Okay, so that appeared. I can click out of it. Now I'm going to click in and it gives me this toolbox. I'm going to click edit, get rid of what's there, just highlight it. And I'm going to write this is my sample glog. And that's it. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to click OK. I can change the font. I can do whatever I want to do. So for your first example, what I want you to do is I want you to insert some kind of title, insert some kind of text that just says this is my sample glog, mess with the images, bring in graphics. You can go to your images. Right here, if you click images, you can go to upload, and that would choose your pictures. You'll be able to go into your server because you'll be connected to your server to do this project, and you'll be able to find your folder where you saved your animal pictures when you do your actual project. For now, you don't need to do that part. Okay, I can go back into any of these things, but for this sample and mostly for your project, these are the 3 things we'll be using. We'll be changing our wall, we'll be adding, or 4 things, the graphics, text, images, and changing the wall. So since you have this done, you'll create your sample, and once you create your sample, you're going to go ahead and hit save. I'm going to stop you here and go over one more time what you need for this first sample glog that you'll create today. I want you to change the wall, both the page wall and the glog wall, and I want you to add some graphics and add some text. You can, if you want to, you can get in and add some pictures, but today you are not required to do that, just the text, graphics, and changing the wall. Somewhere on there, include the title with your name. You can include that it's a sample. And then in a text box, say that this is a sample glog or your first sample glog, whatever you want to do, just some kind of sentence indicating that it is a sample. So you've hit save or publish, and this is what will pop up. You can, in the name of the glog, write sample, and then you can pick a category, but right now that's not necessary. Once you do your project, then you can go more into life sciences. You can change right here that you are finished with this glog and then hit save. Once you've done so, this is what's going to pop up. Now for this sample glog, we're not going to finish or we're not going to link it. That will be another project, another day when we finish your final animal adaptation glog. So for now, you can view this glog, and if you hit view this glog, it will give you what your glog will look like from with the finished product. If you were to go to the link, this is what you would see. Then you can go ahead, after you've checked it out and seen what you did, you can go ahead and hit back to just right here in the corner, My Dashboard. And this is back where you started when you first logged in. If you notice, now it says that you have one glog, and once your classmates start finishing theirs and you all do your samples, it'll all show that you all have sample glogs. Now I'll be able to log in under teacher, and I'll be able to view all of your glogs, so I'll be able to give you the credit for finishing your sample. Once you have finished, you can go in the upper right hand corner and hit log out. And please don't forget to lose that nickname and password, because that's what you will use to log in each time. So I look forward to seeing your projects, and thank you for glogging.